What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I'm Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we're here to do an epic reaction discussion on Spider-Man No Way Home trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the name of it?
Yeah. For now.
Yeah. Yeah, so Spider-Man No Way Home, we did the little reaction for the leak. That was horrible. This is the actual, and that was the real trailer though.
Yeah.
This is the actual trailer. So we're going to actually do a nice little discussion on it. We ain't going to just react. We're going to do a nice little discussion on it. But before we do anything, we need you to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you get alerts every time we post new videos or live stream. And check out our intro and wait for our review. All right, we have returned. All right, so Spider-Man No Way Home. What do we know so far about this? Or the question is, all the rumors we've been hearing, is any of that true?
So far, it looks like most of it is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so we're going to watch this trailer and see what exactly is true. But as far as what I've been hearing about the multiverse, we know that's going to happen. Because they couldn't really hide that. But are we going to see the other Spider-Mans,
That's
Andrew
the one
Garfield?
thing we haven't gotten any real official photo images of them.
Yeah. But I think you can relax about the Clone Saga. I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah.
So, well, let's watch this trailer before we get in depth, so then we can really get in depth with our discussion, because then we can make our predictions on what we, what we see, instead of throwing out stuff that we think. So let's watch this trailer in HD.
As opposed to
Oh, look at this. This is a good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
Yes, my spider lord.
Can we just stay up here all day? It is so crazy down there.
He's sort of closer to her, dog.
Is in fact Peter Parker.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio. The drones did.
The drones that are yours.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows, you don't really have to hide or lie to people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you. But how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man? Now everybody knows. But this isn't about me. This is hurting a lot of people. I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
So, Peter,
Sony first.
to what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay.
We got his
That feels weird, but I'll allow
cape
it.
on with his first down coat.
When Mysterio revealed my identity, my entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange.
Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't.
Crazy.
Our
that's
world
so-
is about
On his way out the
Peter
door.
Parker, Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
Oh my God, Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my Aunt May should really know.
Stop talking.
What just happened?
We tampered with the stability of space-time. The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little. The problem is you trying to live two different lives. The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes.
So we don't get to see
Be careful what you wish for, Parker.
Hello, Peter.
But he don't know him though, right?
Nope.
That I just really thought about that. Tom Holland Peter don't know
Nope.
Dr. Octopus.
No, he does not.
So,
So he's
wait, we got to do our reaction. Oh my God! Oh! I can't breathe. Whew. Ooh. Oh man.
You gonna be okay?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I'm about to in my pants. Okay, all joking aside, that is not the way we are here. But I know that's what people want. So I was sarcastically
Well, fuck 'em.
doing a version of
Yeah.
the normal reactors. But we're going to discuss and talk about everything we just saw, though.
Yeah, it does. It's something that this has made me think about, though. Is like he's about to meet two of his like top 3 enemies in the entire Spider-Man universe.
Who was the other ones? Other two? I didn't see nobody. Oh, okay, you talking about? I'm sorry, the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's like because his top 3 villains, I would say are Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and Venom, right? So now he's about to meet Green Goblin and Doc Ock, who both know Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And
But they don't know.
He doesn't know who either one of them is.
Right. Yeah. Right. So this makes it a brand new villain for him. Like, I'm pretty sure they're gonna do Sinister Six because we know Electro gonna be in here and the Lizard.
Yeah.
No, for sure it's gonna be because they didn't already see people done already ruined everything. We already know Electro, the Lizard, and you saw Dr. Octopus and Green Goblin, and ain't nothing for them to put 2 more people in there. I mean, take your pick.
They already teased Scorpion.
In this or
Not in this, but
from
like
their first movie?
from their first movie.
I was just wondering, are they not going to use anybody from those Marvel movies and just use people from the Sony movies?
That would. Ooh.
That's what I was telling you. Hey,
Ooh.
look, that's what I was telling you. Sony been planning this for a minute, and now it's like, okay, we'll use, Venom. I mean, I'm sorry, Venom. We'll use Lizard. That was amazing. Lizard, Electro,
Doc
Ock, Green Goblin, Sandman.
They can do Sandman, yeah. And then like that if they do Sandman, that leaves them needing one more.
One more.
Yeah.
I mean, so they could do a Sinister Six with just their villains and don't have to give Marvel none of that.
That is disgusting. That is so disgusting.
So they ain't gonna put Vulture or Scorpion or the Shocker in there because that was from Marvel.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So, man, bro.
Sony is some devious. Amy Pascal.
Sony is officially Mephisto in this one, man. Like it's like, oh no, don't worry. I'll give you exactly what you asked for.
Okay, so the trade-off would be Marvel will say, hey, well, we can set up a Doctor Strange movie with this because Doctor Strange is all in this.
Yeah, that's really all this is. This is a jump off for Multiverse of Madness on that side.
Right. So I think that's the trade-off for Marvel, saying, look, y'all going to get a lot of stuff from us, setting up Tom Holland and stuff, but we're going to at least get Doctor Strange some popularity where he got some, but coming off this, Doctor Strange could jump into his own movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Can we talk about real quick? Like, it ain't important at all. I understand that. But the one bit of Doctor Strange merch to come out of this movie is the pop of him, like, wearing his winter clothes with his cloak of levitation over.
What's up with that? In the house, it was freezing.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I guess it's a spell went wrong or something. He got on, like, his college sweater.
You got your boy Wong heading out the door.
Right. Don't cast a spell. All right, I'm out. I mean, I know you trusted he won't do it, but the way he just bounced.
So was that Wong heading off to go appear in Shang-Chi?
Oh, probably. I got another movie. I mean, I got somewhere else to go. So.
Like, now, look, I gotta go do this other do this other thing. Don't y'all destroy the multiverse while I'm gone. Wink.
Yeah, if I was wrong, I'd be like, you know what? I've been here longer than you. Why you get the Agamotto anyway? You know what I'm saying? Fuck on it.
Oh man.
But why is the Winter Wonderland in the damn house?
You know, that is a damn fine question. It's not like they pay an electric bill. So.
But I'm just trying to. You got your cape on. You ain't in battle. Shouldn't that cape be hanging up? My dude got his cape on with a first down coat and a
like,
collar sweater.
It's
See if I can get close up. So look. So that is a winter coat with his cape on it. That's a winter coat.
With his freshly manicured goatee.
Freshly manicured goatee. I guess he can use a spell to keep that mug fresh.
I guess.
Because if I had a spell to keep my beard fresh,
doesn't he have a spell to keep himself warm? I mean, come on, man.
Well, the house seemed to be cold.
I'm just saying.
I'm sure we'll get an explanation for that.
He got his winter boots on. Like I know the Pop Toy has him with a shovel, like he been shoveling snow.
Well, who got a shovel?
The Pop Toy of Doctor Strange in that outfit, he's got a shovel.
Oh, okay. Got his collar sweater on with a first down coat.
Yeah.
Drinking coffee.
But he's not wearing the dishwashing gloves. Okay.
Yeah, they got rid of those gloves.
He got rid of the dishwashing gloves.
So, I don't know. Look like he got on some joggos. Hold on.
Dude.
Hey, my dude got on some jogging pants,
This
just
man
chilling.
is comfy as fuck right now, isn't he?
Look at that look.
You almost see him like that. It's like expect his next line to be, "All right, sport, what's the deal? Let's rap." Like,
but no, I think the trade off is the Doctor Strange, but after this, do this set up Doctor Strange enough to make me want to see his movie, other than bridging another movie, like Doctor Strange by himself? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you got to bring other people in Doctor Strange. He's just not that interesting enough for me.
Well, like that's why they went Multiverse of Madness. Is
right, they'll be bringing
so
in
much
other
stuff
things
in there.
Right.
You know, to actually because Doctor Strange as a character isn't that interesting.
Yeah, I mean he's like the supreme sorcerer.
No,
if you like
as far as character building, yes, he's very interesting.
Yeah.
The stuff he gets into, very interesting, but his actual personality isn't.
Right. I mean, right. Well, it's not fun. It don't seem like it'd be fun for like a kid level.
You know, this is the
for
problem.
the level they make Marvel on.
Yeah.
He don't really mesh with that level.
Because like he also plays his own straight man. And
right.
That's a hard line to run.
Right. Especially the way they set up the Marvel universe. Everything was funny and fast and quick wit, you know, because they all bounced off Tony.
Yeah.
So starting off with the way Robert Downey Jr. played Tony Stark with all the quick wit and banter.
That set the
and
tone for everybody.
Right. So they carried that tone over all the way to all the for real, the MCU, and insert Doctor Strange, was a very serious, mellow guy. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't work, you know?
That and he has.
Remember them jokes they did in his movie?
Yeah.
When he was like, I'm ready, Beyonce, or something like, remember that part?
Yeah.
I was like, that was so cool. Make that joke up.
Yeah. Well, like, in that he has this weird, like, what you would expect, like, a Northeastern accent. He has almost a Midwestern
like,
accent.
it sounded like Boston accent
it's
almost.
Like, what is that, my mantra?
I think he was trying to sound like he was from Boston or something.
Maybe. But it's, like, it's just like, I don't want to know you. I like Benedict
I wish he would have kept his British accent, and they would have just like retconned Stephen Strange and say he was British.
You know,
because he don't sound right.
He's British and he just lives in New York. Why not?
That's cool.
Yeah, like
that makes him more interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, so Spider-Man, the multiverse and all this. So are we going to see the other Spider-Mans? That's the big question.
Yeah. So like
didn't see him. Did you see any hint of it?
I didn't see any hint of him.
Yeah.
Unless I wasn't looking close enough in some of those shots of Spider-Man.
Right.
Spider-Man.
You got to watch some of the other ones. I'm gonna go on like. But look, he's like, don't do that spell. All right, peace. The way he just left.
Well, like even though he said, "All right, I will." Like, he has this smug shit-eating grin, and it's like the look on his face would tell you, "I'm absolutely about to do this spell the second you leave."
I know. Are you like, are you for real? You really not gonna do it? Yeah, seriously.
No, you know what it is? It's that scene from Family Guy when Peter comes back with the stolen car from his new mob friend. Mm-hmm. The car was a steal.
So when you know somebody absolutely gonna do something and you tell them don't do it, when you walk away, they're just gonna do it.
Like, 'cause I even feel like Wong walks away in a huff, like this motherfucker gonna do it the second I leave.
So, question: did things go wrong because he was talking during
Probably.
the spell?
Well, he entered the spell circle. He probably wasn't supposed to do that.
Right.
Forget about everything we've ever been
Like
through.
that's
Stop
generally
tampering
something
with
you're
the
not
spell.
supposed
Oh my God, Ned, he's my best friend.
Hey, you would think that Doctor Strange would tell him not to do that stuff before he
Yeah.
start doing the spell. That's making me mad too. That Doctor Strange is he's not a sloppy guy, so he's gonna tell him, look, I gotta do the spell. You gotta not say one word,
gotta
and
say-
you cannot enter the spell circle or whatever, or you'll
Yeah.
change some stuff.
to. Yeah.
And he walk in like a dumbass kid.
Like,
just-
hey, so hold up. I'm just gonna. So about that spell, can we look? I need you to stop talking.
make it so bad, you can just tell them once what spell go, they don't know. When you come back, tell them.
Yeah.
End the story. You ain't gotta not only this person, not this person. Forget that. You tell them. They're the only people you tell though.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So problem solved. He just made things worse, but that's the story.
Yeah. You know what? They made him pull a Peter Quill.
Yeah. So
Sad but true.
what about the action in here? Do you think the action gonna be on point? I guess that's a silly question. The action always on
Yeah.
point.
You know, like they're gonna do some trippy, Doctor Strange visuals on top of that.
Right. But when I'm looking at it, it looks like Doctor Strange gonna get more.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to
It's like Doctor Strange gonna get more. The Doctor Strange gonna get more. Not screen time, but he's gonna get more play. Like,
Prominence.
right. His like this part right here. Hold on, let me see the part where he's doing the trains and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, it looked like another time where your main character just a side character in his story. You
Multiverse is a concept about which we know.
so this stuff right here, all this stuff, this Doctor Strange world. You know what I'm saying? He just there. Spider-Man just gonna be there, a passenger. You know what I'm saying?
like-
Having everything flip up and turn into.
Like I think the
that's all
only
his
way they
shit.
keep this focus on Spider-Man is by having these other villains coming after him, and that's
Mm-hmm.
because too much of this is on Doctor Strange.
Right. So it looks like
He
right.
cast the spell. He's the one with the mystical know-how, so he's gonna be the one to fix it.
So all I think Spider-Man probably gonna get the last little thing in.
Yeah.
Like he gonna defeat the villains at the last minute or whatever. But I think Doctor Strange is gonna do a lot of heavy lifting throughout this whole
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
That's why Marvel was like, yeah, this is kind of like a Doctor
Like
Strange.
I'm
movie, for real.
thinking like because we've seen the toys already. They've got this black and gold suit, which we briefly saw in the trailer.
Yeah, I've been seeing some of
And
that.
so like they're calling
Is
it
that the Iron
integrated-
Spider suit, or is that a different suit?
They're calling it the integrated suit, and there seems to be some kind of
So
mystical.
is he gonna make another
attachment.
suit? Don't he make another suit every movie?
I think it's yeah. I think, so like I think this is like his new suit has been like maybe enchanted or something. And so what I think is going to happen is they're going to use him to anchor the multiverse.
Right. So we know this multiverse of madness is gonna come out, which that is gonna set out all the, and then they throwing. And I think the what if is a kind of strategic thing too, because now people know that there's other universes where people that casual fans was kind of like, oh, it's just. This is just one universe, right? Now casual fans starting to know, oh, it's other universes.
So is Jeffrey Wright going to show up in
As a
Multiverse
watcher
of Madness?
or
yeah,
as a voice? As a watcher.
like actually as the watcher? Because I'd be down for that.
Yeah, it'll work. He got a big head. But no,
I'm Uatu the Five Head.
I've been watching for quite some time. The Watcher is pretty much us, right? We all do Overwatch.
yeah.
But no, I mean, it looks good, dude. Let me see here. So that's just the regular Iron Spider
that's the Iron
suit.
Spider. I think there's a second one, right? With more gold on it as well.
Right, it's like black and gold. I don't know. So let's talk about Doc Ock.
Did they need to de-age him?
Well, he look a little different though from he do in the.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like you don't lose anything from just letting him be.
Have you seen him lately though?
No.
So they might have to
Okay.
make him recognizable, because because you got to think
Yeah.
a middle-aged man to an older,
Yeah, you're
old.
right.
So if I was like 45 25 years ago.
It might have been necessary to sell.
Yeah, so now I'm 65. I'm not gonna look the same.
Yeah, and
Some people will
doesn't,
do,
like, and as like, it doesn't. It's not a bad effect. Yeah,
Right.
so,
He don't. Yeah. He don't look odd. It's just, especially since we ain't seen him. His hair do look different though. I got the
Yeah.
picture right here in the background here.
Yeah.
Like, okay, his hair look a little different, but that's fine. I don't care about something like that.
Though he might look a little younger here than he does there.
Yeah, they might de-age him too much.
Yeah.
But that I'll be telling them like,
We
hey,
went
hey,
too far.
I
No,
know,
no.
take some
Little
more,
bit.
little wrinkles off there. Yeah.
Firm up that jawline.
I want to look like I'm 25 again. Goddamn.
Firm up that jawline. Yeah.
Yeah, take them love handles off. Okay, yeah. But no,
But yeah, you look good.
I think this was the whole thing in the. I mean, they just let you know what they doing, but I'm pretty sure, my guess, they just gonna use Sony villains,
Yeah.
and that way, cause look, and then they did this in the Star Trek movies. Anything from that original Star Trek that the movies made, the new studio or whatever who made the movies, they get the merchandising rights. But anything from the old Star Trek shows that they make, the old school people, whoever get all about money, man.
Yeah. So like Marvel gets to sell 3 toys off of this, and Sony gets to sell 15.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they can sell the likeness from their Dr. Octopus. So like if Marvel made a new Dr. Octopus, they can sell him. But they was like, we're just gonna grab all ours, you know.
Yeah.
So now they can bring in Electro and
Like
and they get rid of those contracts
Like,
that they
don't get me
had
wrong.
for those multiple movies.
They pull in 2 of the best villains that we've seen in a comic book movie. Willem Dafoe as Green
yeah.
Goblin and Alfred Molina as Doc Ock were great.
I would love to see all them together in one shot, though. I mean, I know they're gonna say that. I wish they. Yeah, well, we talking about Sony, but I know they're gonna save that to the movie. Hopefully, they're gonna save that to the movie.
I'm dreading and like eagerly awaiting a scene where one of them says, "It's time for something more sinister." Like, 'cause I love that scene on in the old cartoon.
Did
When
they say that?
Yeah, when they get together, and it's like, so what is this? Some kind of team up? No, something more sinister.
That's cool, but
It's
that's
like-
also
it's-
you always talk about stuff like that
because it's super cheesy. I understand it's super cheesy.
You always point out how you don't like stuff like that. Now you want it.
Only because it's this. I admit to my hypocrisy.
Okay,
Only
all right.
because it's this.
As long as you admit that, we can
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. I want to see all of them together in one
Yeah.
shot. I'm anxious to see what they do.
So
with the
long
Green
as there's
Goblin.
no Rhino.
I'm anxious. I forgot. That's the one we forgot.
I didn't.
Well, remember we was trying to think one more.
Yeah.
I am the Rhino. It's my dog.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
He'll probably show. Maybe they'll take this.
They
time
got him though.
Maybe they'll take this time to like have him actually.
But
play a real
in
character.
the Rhino suit, kind of cool.
Yeah.
Honestly though, this Spider-Man could not take on all 6 of them.
No, hell no.
I don't care
Not-
what you say.
Not even.
Maybe with the help of Doctor Strange, they're gonna have to have the Avengers show up.
Yeah.
And don't tell me this kid right here. Don't tell me this kid is gonna beat all those villains.
Because like the thing, like, and this is one of the few remaining critiques I have of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Like, we won't even get into the Iron Man Jr. stuff. We ain't gonna start that argument today. But it's the fact that he's still like every other Spider-Man.
He's still learning.
He's still learning. Everyone else, once they put that mask on, they're assured. They know they're gonna win.
Yeah.
Even when they don't really believe it, they know they're gonna win because they got to. When he puts that mask on, I don't know if I'm the guy. I shouldn't be here.
Yeah, because he's supposed to still be so young and
Yeah.
unsure and all
And,
that.
like,
but
And quote,
I'm past that.
Yeah.
They need. That was when was that? When was Homecoming?
that was what
17?
17.
So in 4 years, this dude in 4 years and 3 movies, he ain't confident yet.
Look, to quote the scroll that pretended to be Nick Fury, "Bitch, you been to space." Like, just man up. Like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they keep on trying to make him young. Like I said, they
they're pushing that
overcompensate.
too hard.
Right,
are
they
pushing that too
overcompensate with
hard.
Tom Holland acting young. It's almost like he's like a caricature of a young man.
Like the way he keeps desperately reaching out for father figures.
Yeah, Yeah, that's getting on my nerve too. It's just to a point where, dude.
And don't get it twisted. I understand why this character they've written keeps reaching out for father figures. I'm not saying it's unbelievable.
What about Uncle Ben?
You know,
They act like Uncle Ben didn't even exist. Did he exist in this
he
universe?
existed. They just
Did they even meet? Did they ever mention him though? I never heard them mention Uncle Ben. Have you heard them mention
I
him
don't think they have.
once? Have you heard them mention him once?
If they have, I
Like
don't
Aunt
remember.
May could have just she not be a widow. She could have just been single. Cause that's his aunt.
Yeah.
That ain't his mom.
Right. I don't know. You know, and the problem is we're so used to him being so essential to Spider-Man to
I
Peter
know.
Parker's development.
That's why he never
And
really
I don't even know
reached out for father figures
way
because
he-
he always went to Uncle Ben.
Yeah, and even the way he explains like his 5-second origin story in Civil War,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he ever mentions an incident like what happens to Uncle Ben. So I don't even know if Uncle Ben, if he existed, like I
They
think,
never
like
even
they've
talk
stated,
about it.
they've stated out of universe that Uncle
Did he
Ben
ever?
exists.
He never even said the line, have he?
No.
Great power comes great
No.
responsibility.
No, because they wanted to wipe all that stuff.
I
out.
understand
but,
that.
but like
One-
I don't think Uncle Ben's death had anything to do with Spider-Man. I don't think it's related if he exists.
Well, see-
because they've stated out of universe that he exists in this universe.
Okay, they said that.
Yeah,
Okay, but they never talk about it. But that was always his conscience.
yeah.
You know, like what will Uncle Ben do? Or
Well, like to the extent that every time he goes through a serious like crisis of faith, it's Uncle Ben's voice talking to him.
right, that's what I'm saying. And you know, Uncle Ben kind of keep him grounded.
Yeah.
You know, where he'd be like, sometimes where he'd be like, man, I ain't forget that I ain't doing that. And Uncle Ben be kind of talking to him like,
Yeah.
hey, that ain't right, man. You should help them, Peter.
Yeah.
You know. And then, all right, man, I guess I'll do the right thing. You know.
Yeah.
Now it's like it ain't no Uncle Ben there, so now that's why he trying to Tony, and then he was trying to look up to Mysterio in part
Yeah.
2, Quentin Beck,
Yeah.
and
now I guess
now it's gonna
Strange.
be Steve. Yeah, now it's gonna be Doctor Strange. Like, man, grow up, man.
You know, like at this point, he's got to be like at least a junior in high school, if not a senior.
Yeah, I know, because they did the time skip.
Yeah, you know, so like he really needs to really like grow up.
So we could talk about a character people probably just let slide and ain't talk about too much. Mary Jane. Oh, that ain't Mary Jane, is it? What's her name in her? Ain't it's like
Michelle Jones.
Michelle. It's Michelle Jones.
Yeah.
They just had to call it like MJ. I mean, people kind of let slide. Zendaya a good actress, and I give her credit because, in what's that? I always want to say Donnie Marie, Malcolm and Marie.
Yeah.
She really was mature. She
Yeah.
she turned herself into a mature woman, and I didn't question, was she that woman? You know what I'm saying? Was she
Yeah.
a woman? She turned herself into a mature woman, and and on this, she's like a little 15-year-old teenager.
Yeah.
So she went back and forth real, and that was just all mannerisms and acting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I feel like that choice on the part of the director or the studio, I think that does her a disservice as an actress because they're refusing to let these actors grow their characters.
Yeah, I mean, her character ain't that much, don't have that much of a role in her
You
anyway.
know, but like I would even
Like
go
she
so
ain't
far
got
as to
nothing
say
really in
they-
common with the original Mary Jane,
No,
other
not
than
really.
her initials.
Yeah, but like they've made this character almost even take a back seat now that she's the girlfriend.
Yeah,
You know, now she doesn't even get to be narratively interesting anymore.
right. I mean, and she ain't like where what's her name?
Gwen Stacy.
Yes, where Gwen Stacy was just as smart as Peter, so she used to help him with some scientific stuff
Yeah.
that he was trying to figure out to beat the villain. She can't do that. So, I mean, I guess she could just be, like you said, just a girlfriend
I mean,
or whatever.
Like,
They seem like they friends sometimes. Because I'm looking like, look at this. Remember I was saying, look at this. So I'm sitting with my girlfriend, right? I'm sitting with my girlfriend. I'll be sitting a little closer. It's like, that's if I'm sitting next to my friend. If
Yeah.
I'm in the friend zone and I ain't interested, you know, and I want to be in the friend zone because I'm not interested, I'm sitting, that's how I'm sitting. But this is my girl, I'm all up on her. You know, like, what you looking at, girl? You know, no, they look like they're in the friend zone. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, they supposed to be
But, like,
in love and
they
together.
are also both like written as fairly awkward teenagers. So like
They've been through enough.
Uh,
They've been through enough.
I agree with you, but the way they've been written in this, I feel like they're trying to hold on to that sort of standoffish, awkward teen. Is this what we are? Type shit.
It's time to let it go because
Of course it is, but
you got that out the way in the last movie. So now we can just be that couple that's all over each other. You know what I'm saying? And then that could set up more of when they do the spell where all that might go away. So that makes him more like, oh shit, all the stuff I shared with my girlfriend, I'm about to lose that. So
But,
now
like,
I'm about to start over.
I also think one of the things that pushes him to make that decision is that that space comes from the strain that their relationship has come under now that everyone knows he's Spider-Man.
Shouldn't that bring them closer together?
Not all. Think of it like this. Think of it as like you dating a chick, and then you get arrested for murdering a kid.
What the hell you get that scenario from?
because it's something that even if they can't, like, you're on trial but you're not
Get
in
to
jail.
the point, please.
You're on trial but you're not in jail, but it's heinous enough that people are like picketing around your house and shit.
Okay.
So now it's putting strain on your relationship because now she has to carry that and she wasn't prepared to.
Okay. I see you. I guess I see your point. But let me throw another scenario out at you other than that. Everybody around you act like they hate you or whatever, and you want to be close to somebody who actually don't hate you, which is your girl.
Yeah.
So that brings you closer when everything else around you is whack.
It adds strain on that bond. A bond which up till now hasn't actually
It
been
only adds
tested.
strain to that bond if the person is on some BS to
No,
begin
no,
with.
no. That bond hasn't been tested. This is some fresh shit, man.
Okay.
They went through all that other shit as friends.
So anyway, even this is another picture of them. That if I see them, I'm thinking like, oh, they ain't in no relationship. That's platonic as hell.
And keep in mind, this is a Disney movie.
Yeah, but damn, can't you at least hug her? At least put your arm around her. Damn. Anyway, I guess that's a nitpick, but my whole thing is, by being what they've been through, I will thought that they would show them a little closer, other than making them look like friends.
Oh, you didn't like the hand holding?
They did hold each other hands, but like, come on, y'all. At least had them sitting a little closer. She act like she just like he was sat closer at first, and she was like, and then he just like got away from her ass, like no, don't sit that close to me. But no,
I don't know.
I know I ain't saying it. I'm just saying, I think it would serve them better if you want to put Mary Jane. This is basically Mary Jane, his future wife. Give them a little more romance, because they romance always felt so bad to me, like super forced and fake. I never felt they romance at all. I think he had a better chemistry with the first girl that played Liz than her. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he started talking to her because there was nobody else around. Because he liked the other girl and was really trying to get with her, and I felt something there. But when she was taking out the picture and she was always, hey, Peter, want to do this? Yeah, okay, let's go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like, also, and I think this is a weakness of the way they came to her character in the first place, is they didn't want just the girlfriend, you know. They didn't want to go, and then they wanted to avoid the manic pixie dream girl trope. And so they went hard left with her.
Yeah, but they also, the way they wrote her as the, what they call her, the social justice warrior, I guess. Like, that was so forced to me, too.
Not even that, but the jaded social justice warrior.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she was like a lesbian or something. But, I mean, they didn't go that route. But it's just the fact that they had pushed a lot of social issues through her, you know, and then it made her kind of knowing where you just always bring up that stuff when people ain't even in, like, that ain't even in conversation, but you immediately bring that up, you know, like, okay, God. But anyway, we can move on. That character is kind of weak, and I don't think they're going to do much more with her, but just be the girlfriend. Damn, look how they sitting on that cat. I guess they just chilling, watching cartoons or something. I was like hey, what's up? What's this stuff? It's like, I'd be like, hey, Peter, why don't you go play or something, man? I may need to talk. So, hey, Peter, I got a new PS5, man. Go play in another room. Oh, you wouldn't be trying to mess with Ame?
That wasn't a critique.
You
was
said
just-
like, wow, like I would do that. Like, man,
I
please.
mean, I ain't buying a PS5 to do it. Shit.
Hey, sometimes you gotta spend that money.
You might as well go, I mean, if that's the case, you might as well just go out and buy you
I
some.
mean, you gonna come out with a PS4? You gonna give him the old stuff? You gotta give him the new stuff.
He ain't got one of those. Shit. I mean, look, dude ain't got a lot.
Yeah, I know he be dumpster diving.
Yeah. You could probably show up with some spark plugs and a bucket of copper wire, and he'd be happy. Shit.
So, hey, look what I found in the dumpster, Peter. Throw it outside.
Oh, that's so. Is that a Commodore 64? That's so cool. I have no clue how you know what that is.
So anyway, got our pumpkin bomb, so
Yeah.
we know he's there.
We get the
Hey, what
laughter.
if they?
So this is what I'm thinking. The reason they didn't show him in the trailer.
Why is
I think they're
that?
still working on the CGI for his face.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Because
not
like,
done.
because
That's what I was gonna talk about.
Yeah.
What they gonna do with the Green Goblin? They
I-
can't give him that old outfit.
Hell no.
That
Hell
was
no.
too cheap
But like I want,
from the original
I
movie.
want them to use Willem Dafoe's face because he's already got such a emotive face.
So they don't need to do no CGI on him.
Like
Green Dafoe already look like a
do,
goblin.
just do some green makeup on him. Like either give him the Hulk treatment to a lesser extent.
Wait a minute, you mean just put
Or-
green makeup on William Dafoe face?
No. So either give him the Hulk treatment like a CGI double that's like slightly off from his proportions, but like it's his face, or do him like they did Gamora.
Yeah.
You know, because he's got the face of the Green Goblin already.
How would that look? I don't know, man. I gotta see it, dude.
Yeah. I mean, but I think that's why we haven't seen him yet. Like, don't get me
I
wrong.
know.
This is a great way to tease.
Do you
the Green
do
Goblin,
you
but-
remember the screen test they had of the original Goblin mask?
No, I don't.
I have to find that, man. Let's
Because
see
I
if
know
can
they
find
had.
it.
I remember that.
Well, they had a like a mask, like the old school Goblin mask.
Yeah. Because I
Let me
know.
see.
I know he didn't like it.
Well, when you see it, it looked kind of. It looks. It looked kind of cartoonish. Let me see. I wonder, do they got? Should I just? Yeah, that's it. See if I can see. So they was kind of like doing some screen tests on what it looked like, and it was more. It was kind of like. It was kind of like a real mask. Can you picture? Is that William Dafoe doing it?
I don't know, but those eyes need to change. If they do go that route, you gotta change the eyes, man.
Only problem is like that looked like a makeup job on the face. Like that's not a mask.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's both. There's probably like a prosthetic hood and mask on that guy, and then they fill it in with prosthetic makeup.
They're
that
gonna
he
want
can still
different
move
eyes
his
like you
face.
want it.
You know, so like it's probably like a cowl from like the nose up, and the prosthetic nose is mounted on that. The eyes, the goggles for the eyes are mounted on that.
Most pleasant, benign expression. Sweet and still.
I didn't know they was still make a like you happy expression or something. But what you think of that?
Like maybe not to that extent. On the face. Well, because like one, those ears are a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and also like the way the hood comes up behind the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course they would change
They
that.
change it, but like I
That's more akin to
I
the
know.
original look,
yeah,
though.
because like I want to see Willem Dafoe's face on the Green Goblin as the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, right. that just be
I just
that'd be
don't-
kind of cheap though. That'd just be a dude with green makeup on.
If it's good,
Even though
no,
even
but-
though he
but
looked
if
like a
it-
goblin,
if it's
but
good, if it's good makeup, it'll work though.
we have to see it. I have to see it. I just don't want it to be kind of cheap. Like
You know, because like I hate the helmet from that first
the original,
movie.
just
Yeah.
it was just. I think it was a good way to make it more realistic, though, because how would you make it look? How would you make it real in a real universe?
Well, like that's the thing. Like, so one of the differences with how they did that was like they gave him body armor and stuff, and like
No, the mask.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like with the direction they went, you had to do that. You can't go the direction they did and just have his face out there. You
Right.
know? But this is like pure Green Goblin. You don't have to utilize Norman Osborn at all. He can just be the Green Goblin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, I don't know how they do the outfit. I don't
this
know how
the
they do
same
the
one?
glider, but like I feel like if you just do, and like I'm not just
Enjoy
saying
no
like
hidden
just
fees.
plain green makeup.
Plus,
Like
unlimited.
the way they do Zoe Saldana as Gamora, there is some prosthetics to change her cheekbones and her brow ridge and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can do that to like, you know, makes the contours of his facial features more extreme, a little more grotesque, but make sure that his facial expressions show through it.
Yeah, I mean that original mask, it was cool, but it was like it wasn't a mask; it was just a face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't say that that's a mask. You know,
I mean, to be fair, they're like you.
so this one is more like a mask. This a
Yeah.
different idea. That one was just like a makeup job. So like,
Like I don't like the goggles for the mask though. I will say that, like those bubble lenses in there,
yeah,
because like since the like we've said before, the MCU is based more on the Ultimate Comics, wherein there is no mask for the Green Goblin in Ultimate Comics. That's just his face. Even,
right. He just like a
Yeah.
mutated
Yeah.
guy or
You
something.
know, I think even currently in the mainstream, it's just his face.
That's a nice because that's him doing his expressions.
Yeah.
But now you know what? Forget all that. They can mocap something. I forgot technology came up.
That's why the first thing I said was maybe do something like they did for the Hulk, but on a smaller scale.
Oh,
They can just get his facial capture.
yeah.
And
They
do-
can mocap.
You know, kind of like they did with Colossus and Deadpool.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Any final thoughts about that trailer or Spider-Man in general?
I'm very curious to see where
Because-
they go with this, but
It's coming out so soon.
Yeah.
Like they ain't giving us no time to like digest nothing.
Yeah.
Because they got 3 movies just pow, pow, pow.
Yeah.
They got Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man.
yeah.
This whole fall, right before the year is out.
Yeah, and like there's gonna be so many clips as we get closer. you
Yeah.
know.
I wonder if that rapid fire approach, is that going to be good or bad for them?
I think they just want to get this stuff out. I think the stuff they really want to work on, they just want to have free and clear through next year.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I mean, it'd be kind of dope if you see a movie, you can't wait to see the next one, and you get to see the next one like in the
Yeah.
next month
It's
instead of waiting
yeah.
2 years.
yeah. I mean, you're right on that. Well, because like even the way they used to do it, it was like, you got what was it, 4 movies a year. So
Yeah.
it's a couple months between movies.
No, it wasn't that many. It was 3. If they was
3.
hit the ground running, it was 3,
Yeah.
and it was always
You got one at the beginning of the year, one
in the summer and one
at
in the end.
Yeah.
But the thing was, when you get a movie, a franchise, you always have to wait 2-3
Yeah.
years to get to the next one.
The next
You know,
installment,
I think what's the name of did it more quicker because they filmed them all together. The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But most times when they got a franchise, it's like they make all the popularity, make the money and all that. Okay, let's make the other one. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna be 2, maybe 3 years in between every movie. Now we get a month, next
Yeah.
month. And they ain't the
like,
same franchise, but they're all leading to the
I'm
same
hoping
thing.
they take the path of like we're going to stretch these movies out, but we're going to be making more shows to fill the gap.
Yeah, I mean that's what they're doing.
Yeah. I hope they
show
keep
should
on
fill
that
those
path.
gaps. But I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be a lot of Marvel because they held back for so long.
And that's
Now
the
this is
thing,
gonna throw it all
They
at you.
have to get their rhythm back.
Yeah,
You
I mean, all that stuff that they was holding, they could have brought it out and stretched it out, but because of COVID, I guess they trying to get people back in the theaters before they release them.
And I think one of the reasons why we've got these three stacked like this is like they have their plan for like how they stretch this out going forward, and they need to be done with this part of like the setup to get it going the way they want it to.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can't wait to see where it's gonna go. I feel like it's gonna be more Doctor Strange than Spider-Man. And as you already know, I told anybody I don't dislike Tom Holland. I'm just kind of done with the young Spider-Man. I'm done with young Peter Parker. I've been kind of done with that young Peter Parker. And me being a fan of the animated series, they had got past the high school years. They started off when he was in college in the animated series. So I'm a fan of that particular age, like the young adult Peter Parker.
Like I'm one of those guys. Like my favorite version of Spider-Man from the comics is like when he's teaching, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's like I very much like adult Spider-Man.
Right.
know? But like also I still haven't seen an appreciably mature Tom Holland. Like the most mature we've seen him in was probably in that The Devil All the Time.
Yeah.
And even that he was kind of tragically like poorly matured, you know. So it's like to actually see him be able to operate as an adult is something I'd prefer to see if he's gonna keep playing Spider-Man.
Yeah, right.
And
but see, they
play him
trying to
so
cater
young.
to a younger audience.
Yeah, I guess, but like they play him so young. Like
I know.
He doesn't even strike me as a teenager. He seems like a kid.
Yeah, that's
he
what
seems
they're
like
going
a child.
for. But
you know?
I mean, Tom Holland looks young, but he still look old enough to know stuff that, you know what I'm saying, to know more than
Like-
he seemed
like,
come across as.
He's college age. I think he's what, like 24 now.
Tom Holland, or
Yeah.
I think he's like over 20. I think he's like 27 or something.
I don't think he's that old, but
We'll see. I think dude born I think he might be 30 because I think he's born like 1990 or something.
nah, I'm older than him. I know I'm like at least 5 years older than him.
Okay.
So
I know he's definitely in his 20s.
Yeah,
we can go.
he's definitely in his.
It don't
20s.
really matter, but
but what I'm saying is like
he's playing like he's 16.
he's playing like he's 16 at the most.
Yeah.
And not a mature 16-year-old, not a 16-year-old who's fought wars to save the universe. A 16-year-old who's like worried about his summer job. You know.
Well, I mean, that's what he should be because he's 16, right?
Yeah, but he's not that guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're writing him like he's that 16-year-old, but he's been through so much that he shouldn't possibly.
If you watch
be.
Homecoming, they because they try to make it like the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Remember, they was doing the little poses like the Breakfast Club, and then the song they was playing at the beginning, that first trailer. And I was like, man, this ain't for me, bro. This is for a different audience.
Well, like,
I would like to get.
And even then, the Breakfast Club was tragically mature.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're all just kids. Hey, I'm going through some shit.
Right. They was all
Yeah.
going through things, dealing with
Yeah.
dealing with sex and drug use and
abuse
bullying
at home
and
you know,
all that.
like,
Yeah,
all
home
kinds
abuse.
of stuff. And this man is getting like, people are trying to kill him in the street.
And this Peter Parker, all he care about is
Like
just little goofy
like
kid shit.
multiple people have tried to kill him during terrorist plots, and he's still. Oh, I don't know. I'm just.
Well, maybe he didn't. Okay, so the explanation is the blip. He never grew up. Been 5 years, but not for him.
I don't care. Because like, it's not the years; it's the miles. You know, like this is a perfect exemplification of that. Like, okay, so for some of the people in his sphere, they've had those 5 years. He hasn't. Fine, but he's been through way more than some of these people have, and he's not maturing at all.
Yeah, I mean that's not what they want. And they talked about that even when we was watching that interview with Amy Pascal and Feige, where they was saying like, oh, this is the light-hearted, or this is going to be more like how he was saying that this was going to be more friendlier than the Venom universe, so they don't think that they can mesh because this is what supposed to be for teenagers.
Yeah, and realistically, if you were doing Spider-Man right, for me, not for some teenagers, like from folks that came from the comics, Spider-Man's tone should be closer to what Venom is.
Yeah. Honestly, would like to see a version, what's his name? Andrew Garfield version could be the one for the adults, and this could be the one for kids. If they could,
I think that might be the smarter way to handle it.
Yeah, but
like I do understand, you don't want to have the mixed message of which one's the real Spider-Man, But
right,
like,
right. They can't put two out at
right.
once.
I think what they should have done is something that you've raised before. It's like MCU should have just been Miles Morales because he's written like Miles.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe a little less,
Miles is young.
Savvy. Than
Miles is at that age right now.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to go back and remember these days, and he's already a young man, so he's going through all that learning adolescent
and also,
stuff.
If you wanted to have that upstanding father figure who then is lost, and then another father figure who falls from grace, that's all in Miles's backstory.
Yeah.
Would have worked out a lot better.
I think if MCU would have done that, they wouldn't be getting screwed right now because they wouldn't have been able to just take Miles and plug him in.
All they would have had to show was like a news report on a battle with some villains gone wrong, and then just show a tattered Spider-Man outfit in the street.
Yeah, they could do that or whatever, but that would have set up that these are two separate universes.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Now, all they're going to do is take Tom Holland and insert him in Sony movies, Sony future movies. And now, since they used Tom Holland, everything they did in the Marvel's universe is going to be canon in the Sony universe without no work for Sony.
And if anybody comes on,
gotcha.
And if anybody comes to Sony and says, hey, Marvel said there was a multiverse.
Got him. As long as they use Tom Holland, everything that Marvel set up, hey, it's canon in our universe.
Hell,
without saying it.
They could probably even bring back Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire every now and again if they want to. Like, hey, it's multiverse, guys. It's a different
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Why pay them when we get to use Tom Holland?
I mean, I'm just
and
saying,
though. How long the Marvel universe been going up? About 15 years?
15 years,
so
like
we took 15 years of their hard work, and in 15 minutes, we put it in our universe. Man. So now, by having Tom Holland in the Sony universe.
That's like if you... Like, let's say you and your dad spend like 12, 15 years fixing a car. You can't keep it. You gotta sell it. Somebody buys a car you've all but completely fixed, paints it bright pink and green, slaps a huge ass spoiler on it, some spinning rims, makes it look atrocious, and then says, "Appreciate the work, bud."
Got him.
And then just go screaming off into the distance, like.
Yep. I mean, that's pretty much...
And lowballs you for it.
That's pretty much what happened.
And lowballs. Like, you put, $15,000 in 15 years, and they buy it for $500.
Well, I mean, look, as long as they keep... like I said, as long as they use... If they put Tom Holland in...
It's not fair.
It makes
it's so not fair.
It makes it canon in the Sony universe, but whatever they did in the Marvel.
They've been doing that the whole time. It's like, yes, our guy Spider-Man... But we did the work, and we appreciate you.
Yeah.
So we've been successful with this new Spider-Man franchise, but you didn't do nothing.
And I bet you after this movie, Sony's going to stop getting calls. They're going to stop accepting calls from Marvel. And Tom Holland they're going to tell, hey, you work for us now.
Well, I just gotta go say
no. You don't. They have to say nothing. That's already took care of.
We don't talk to them anymore.
That's already took care of. Don't worry about that.
Look, the paperwork's already been signed.
All right, man. That's our reaction discussion. We had a nice little long discussion.
Ended on a bit of a dark note. The kidnapping of Tom.
We'll see what this is going to turn out to be, and whatever other clips there. I know they're going to have some more clips,
of course.
But interested to get other people's thoughts on this. So if you got any thoughts, and people have been giving us their thoughts on stuff. And I'll show you later about what stuff people said.
Okay.
But if you got any thoughts about this, let us know. So subscribe to the channel so you get alerts every time we post new videos, or if we live stream. Yes, and hit that bell icon to do
that. Bell icon. And like my man said, feel free to comment. What do you think is coming up in this? What do you think this is setting up for? How do you think this landscape is going to change? And don't forget, if you like what you're seeing here today, hit that thumbs up button down there. Let us know and let YouTube know that you like what we're putting down.
Yes, we out of here, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.